My next guest will be back in action on April the 6th at UFC Vegas 90 when he takes on Cesar Almeida. And of course, it is Josh Fremd back on the program. Josh, how are you?
I'm doing well, man. Good to be chatting with you again.
Absolutely. Feeling is mutual. And it's been far too long since we've seen you compete last, looking at about 7 months right now. Is there any reason for the layoff or just haven't been able to find a fight?
Uh no, I mean, I guess it's just nothing came up, when you lose, it takes a while for them to give you a fight immediately, but I've just been in the gym. I've just been focused, dialed in, just trying to get better. So when they did give me a call, it's something that I can jump on and I leveled up.
Yeah, no doubt. And obviously losses are going to happen every now and then to everybody. What's the big takeaways from the fight against Roman?
I just got to get better. I didn't implement my game plan. I had a game plan to go against, and then it didn't happen. And Roman he's very good. I give him all the respect. So it just woke me up again. I was just like, man, I got to keep grinding, keep going, and just keep trying to get better.
You were on a two-fight win streak prior to that fight against Roman. How difficult was it mentally to suffer that loss? Because I'm sure your confidence was at an all-time high. You're surging, and then you run into this buzzsaw. What was that like mentally?
Oh man, it was tough. I'm not gonna lie. Like, my UFC stint didn't start out how I envisioned it, all these years. But to be able to get on a win streak, that meant everything to me. And I was happy to get someone like Roman, who is a high quality, high caliber fighter. And if I could have went out there and, beat him, then it would have really, it would have pushed me. So it was a bit frustrating because I definitely felt like I had my moments in the fight, and there was times I didn't capitalize, and like I said, I couldn't get my game plan going. And he was just really good that night. So I'm not like he's just really good. So hats off to him. And I just, like I said, in the gym, just got to get better.
Did you take any time off from training or doing anything active after that fight?
Yeah, I took like a week. I stayed in Vegas for a week because my teammate Cody fought on the card, and then I had my other teammate on the contender series. So we just got a big house, stayed out in Vegas for a week, and then after that extra week, right back to the gym.
How many guys from the team were out there?
Man, we had a whole Airbnb filled. I think it was like 8 of us.
No
It
kidding.
was fun.
Yeah, you guys have such a good group of guys around you. It must be nice to build such a good camaraderie and have so many high level training partners to get to work in with.
It is, man. I love everything about this team. I love everything about living in Colorado and this lifestyle. Everyone has the same goal. They're in there every day. This is our job, and I have like-minded individuals who treat it that way.
Who's been the main training partners that you have these days? Is there anyone specifically? I know there's a lot of guys there around your weight class.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's today we got Rob Wilkinson back, so Ozzy, he's back. Cody Brundage, I was training with him, and Austin Jones, crucial to my skill development. Same group of guys, really.
And Cody's got a big fight around the corner, right? He's taking on Bo
Yeah,
Nickel. Bo Nickel, we know what his wrestling pedigree is, his credentials, and all of that. But Dustin Jacoby told me that trying to get Cody to the ground in practice is virtually impossible. And if you do, he gets right back up. Do you think that Cody's being slept on in this fight?
oh, 100%, 100%. Like, don't get me wrong. Everyone, it's Bo Nickel. Like, I'm from Pennsylvania. I grew up a Penn State fan, so like I understand Bo Nickel, but people are sleeping on Cody. And when he busts everyone's parlays, I'm just gonna laugh because it's like you don't know what you don't know. And Cody doesn't have to be Bo Nickel. He just has to be Cody Brundage, and he wins that fight. So I'm excited for him.
I'm sure Bo's getting a lot of high level training partners and looks and practice and whatnot, but has he fought anyone as dynamic and as skilled as Cody inside the octagon yet?
No, not at all.
So
And
this is
like
going to be
this is going to be a really good test. I mean, it's a good test for Bo, but like I said, I've said this many times. Like, I think Cody Brundage is one of the most talented and hardworking guys I've ever trained with. So, you know, his stint in the UFC hasn't gone exactly how he wanted it as well. But he picks himself up and he gets back to work and he goes out there. And when Cody is Cody, man, he's unstoppable.
Tell me how Coach Montoya is doing. I really had no idea about everything he was going through until I guess fairly recently. The UFC talked about it a little bit on one of the broadcasts. Was he trying to kind of keep it under wraps and quiet?
Yeah, yeah, he's the general, man. I feel the way I view him is just a cowboy. Like he doesn't want no one's sympathy. He keeps everything under wraps. He's a man's man. So, but he's doing well, man. He's killing it. He's hitting each marker that he's supposed to hit with this medical issue, and he's he's been in the gym grinding with us. So it's a good leader we have.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it's like, having such a great head coach, all the training partners. The sky's the limit for you guys at Factory X. I wanted to ask you too, Josh. We've talked before. A lot of people say you look very similar to Travis Kelsey, who is going to be, competing in the Super Bowl this coming weekend. Ever since he got with Taylor Swift, his fame has just skyrocketed, right? I mean, if you follow sports, you knew who he was before, but now it's like he's on the Us Weekly magazines and stuff. Have you been noticed? Like, have people mistaken you since this whole Taylor Kelsey thing?
It's kind of funny you say that because in college I got that. I remember I was heading to a class and some kid told me, he was like, "Hey man, you look like Travis Kelsey." And like I had longer hair, I got rid of it, but I had the swoop and everything just like him. So yeah, you see my Hinge profile, girls, oh, you look like Taylor Swift's boyfriend. So it happens. I don't hate it. That's a stud, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great compliment. I wondered, because you're a big stature guy yourself. If you're out and about, if people would mistake you, that'd be kind of funny. All right. Well, what's the Super Bowl pick? Chiefs, Niners. I know you follow a little bit of football. What do you think we're going to see?
I think we're gonna see. I mean, you can't pick against the Chiefs. It's especially with the power of Taylor Swift, and I don't know if you're a conspiracy guy or not, but I would love to see Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, because Christian's from out here in Denver, so it'd be cool to see them be able to pull that off. But Chiefs are the Chiefs.
I'm going Niners all day. McCaffrey, MVP, 2 touchdowns, 100 plus yards. I think that's what's going to happen.
That's a hell of a game, and I think he could have that for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Where are you watching it? Are you going to be getting together with friends watching it, or what's the plan?
Yeah, I'm actually, as you say that, I gotta clean my apartment because yeah, we're having a big cookout over at my place. I'm gonna have a bunch of friends over. We're gonna watch it, and it's gonna be a good time.
All right, looking forward to it myself. Let's talk UFC 298. I want to get a couple of picks from you. I'm really looking forward to that card out in California, the main event, Volkanovski, Topuria. Volkanovski, a lot of people feel like is the greatest featherweight we've ever seen, and Topuria is like the new breed. Give me your analysis of that fight.
Man, it's especially hearing all the things that has happened with Volk when he took that short notice fight and everything. Ah, man, Taporia is so good. He's so good. I've watched every single one of his fights. I think that the guy is just technically a wizard, and he obviously has power. But like you say, Volk's one of the greats. So it's going to be a tough, hard fought fight. I My heart tells me Volk. Honestly, I think that he has a lot to prove. He has a chip on his shoulder, and a lot of people said a lot of things after his last fight. And let's be honest, he looks physically better than he did at that fight. So I'm gonna go Volk.
Do you think, though, I mean, with him getting knocked out by Islam, this last fight, did he take enough time off? Like, do you feel like that could be a factor here?
100%, 100%. That is something that I do factor into it because Taporia has the power, he has the speed, and you're coming off a knockout like that quick. I don't know if he was like pressured into it or not, but that's going to play a huge role in how well he recovered from that.
I can't wait to watch it, man. I actually had just finished before your interview here talking to Robert Whitaker, who's going to be obviously taking on Paulo Costa in the co-main event. Equally as excited to see the Reaper back in there. Do you think he gets
Yeah.
back on the winning track, or are you picking Costa?
No, I got to go with the Reaper. I'm a huge Robert Whitaker guy. Nothing against Paulo. He's good in his own rights, but I think that everyone's discrediting him because he lost to DPP, but that was a great fight by Dracus. So I'm excited to see the Reaper hop back on the win train.
Yeah, and you're obviously a member of the middleweight division. So, did you agree with the scorecard on the Dricus Strickland matchup? Did you think that they got it right?
I don't think so. I think Strickland won that, but what do I know? I just fight. I don't grade the fights, So I thought Strickland won, and especially after the fight, the damage. Like I thought we predicated winning rounds by damage, and if you look at their faces afterwards, like Sean was snowboarding the week after. So no, I don't think they got it right, but it is what it is.
Have you ever met Strickland in person?
No, no, I want to. I got to train with Chris Curtis a while back and heard stories about it. I know Cody Brundage trained with him once before. The guy seems funny as hell, and it would be pretty cool to train with him. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's transition to your matchup. UFC Vegas 90, April the 6th, Cesar Almeida. This guy's 4-0 as a mixed martial artist. So you'd think, not a lot of experience, but the guy, kickboxing, he fought Alex Pereira twice, and Pereira didn't finish him. So this guy is a stud, man, on the feet. When you look at him, obviously, that's what you have to fear. Is this just a stylistic matchup where you got to get him to the ground, or do you even want to stand and trade with him?
No, I mean, like, I think that I think I can stand with him. I really do. I know that Pereira, yeah, he fought him, but that's kickboxing. This is MMA. It's different. And I mean, I have Dustin Jacoby that I train with all the time, who's a stud glory kickboxer in his own rights. Um, no, I think I can stand with him. I really do. I'm believing it more and more every day. But it's going to be tough, and that excites me. He's a scary dude, and that gets my blood pumping. It gets me excited, and I'm just excited to get into a fight.
He just had a surgery fairly recently. He had an infection, and I don't know the specifics of that, but do you think that there's a chance he's coming into this fight not 100%?
Nah, no, I think we got a long time into the fight, in relation to camps and everything like that, and it was just a staff thing. So I think that I'm expecting him to be 100%. Yeah.
I'm assuming you watched his Contender Series fight. You D win. What was your takeaway?
I'll be honest with you, I haven't. I saw highlights. Um, I haven't watched it yet. I've watched his kickboxing fights. Don't get me wrong, but like I said, we got a little bit of time in this camp, and like I said, I'm just focused on doing what I do best and getting myself to the best of my ability, sharpening my blades. And I'm not really worried about what he's going to come out with, because I think that's been my problem. I worry too much about what they're going to do. And if I just do what I do best, I feel like I'm unbeatable.
Has Coach Montoya given you any thoughts on his takedown defense? Like if you guys are on the feet and you decide to take him down to the ground, like is this going to be a tough task, or do you think you will be able to get him there?
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be tough. Like, he's in the UFC, there is no easy one. So I expect him to be tough to get to the ground. But if I decide to take him down, I'm not gonna mess it up, and I'm gonna go for it.
Do you feel like you've fought anyone more difficult from a stylistic standpoint than this guy, or have you inside of the octagon?
Yeah, yeah. Roman Kopylov and Anthony Hernandez, like, both those guys are absolutely studs. So I think that basically this fight to me is a redo of the Roman fight, because they're both southpaw strikers. So I think it's the same style, same height, same size, just a smaller cage.
And Almeida's getting a lot of hype, though. As a young guy, coming into the sport, though. Do you feel like, does that put more pressure on you, or does it take the pressure off? It being someone that's more of a veteran as a mixed martial artist.
No, I mean, there is obviously there's pressure with every fight, but no, I guarantee you that I'm gonna go into this fight as the underdog. I guarantee you that. So yeah, let him have the pressure. I feel no pressure. People are gonna pick me to lose all the time, and that's just how it's always been. So that's nothing new to me, and that's no pressure.
Official prediction.
I'm gonna beat Cesar Almeida. I don't know how, but I'm going to, because I want that taste of winning back. It's so addictive. It's just everything I've ever wanted. So I'm working so hard to get my hand raised.
How many more fights do you have on your UFC contract right now after this one?
3.
Okay, so you
Oh
still
wait,
got
no.
a lot.
After this one would be
It'll be
2. Right now, yeah, I have 3.
All right. I'm looking forward to seeing you back in there. Main event of your upcoming fight card, UFC Vegas 90, Brendan Allen, Marvin Vettori. What do you see in that matchup?
I see. I see Brendan Allen. The guy has just been running through people lately. I think Brendan Allen's gonna go in there and make a huge statement.
Yeah, can't wait to watch it, man. Great talking to you again, Josh. Looking forward to seeing you back in there again, April the 6th, UFC Vegas 90. Before we do sign off, I want to give you the floor. Anything you want to plug, anyone you want to thank? Floor's yours.
Uh, Thank you, man, for having me on your show. And shout out Factory X. We're gonna go get this dub.